Hi YouTube friends! So I'm about to go live with an Ask Me Anything. It's like a special feature today, Ask Me Anything, and I can't wait to share it with our community. So here we go. Hello friends! Hello. It's funny, I was going back through some old videos and I realized I start every single live the exact way. Hello friends, hello, and I had no clue I did that. My name is Janessa Oriel and I'm the head of community here at the Sell with Amy app. We are here, we're powered by Amy, and I'm really excited to be able to answer all the questions. Now yesterday I jumped in the group just to ask the question. This is how you ask questions on Facebook, like this. And we had a number, look, do you like this? I started to put these post-it notes on my monitor so that way I could grab them, and I realized if I did that it would like wobble. So I have them, now they're in this great little like worm, but I have all the questions that were asked yesterday, and then my goal is to go ahead and answer those in addition to any questions that you have. If you're here watching live, please join me in asking the questions below in the comments. I'll go ahead and start with these questions which were asked yesterday, some of which were very popular, some of which I probably can't speak to all the way, but that's okay. I'm going to do my very best. I did say ask me anything, and I was very pleased that actually all the questions were on topic. I've had people ask in the past about things that were funny. The questions looked like the hungry caterpillar, right? Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So the first question got right to the point, and so many friends want to know about this one. Asking about Square or payment integration specifically. And there's another question that alludes to this as well, but I'm going to go ahead and let you know. We recognize, and I'm answering it without necessarily having full clarification on what I can share, but I'm doing it anyway. So, and if I get in trouble, then we get in trouble. We recognize the true value of being able to take payments from your customers. Maybe you carry product on you at any point, and maybe people want to be able to purchase something from your inventory. We recognize that inventory is not an ideal situation, but we also recognize it's a real thing, right? If you do events, there's no way you can do events without a good amount of things for cash and carry. Cash is used loosely in this format because oftentimes people are using things like PayPal, Square. There's a variety of options out there, okay? And we recognize that would be tremendously valuable, especially we've had a lot of requests for Square specifically because they have an inventory management type situation on their end. So what I can tell you, I think, is that we are genuinely looking into the ability to make this happen, but I can't tell you an answer as to when that would happen. Okay, that was my dramatic pause because I don't have a date to be able to share with you, but I can share with you that it is something that we are looking into and we are working on it. As you know, the hashtag Team Amy is when we get something in our head and we want to make it happen, things suddenly appear. So when they suddenly appear, I will be sure to be able to come here and share that with you, or when I have a firm date that you might be able to expect that. People are very excited and giving me thumbs up on that topic. The next question, and then if you have additional questions, like I said, I will do my very best to answer them as completely as possible, for knowing all the information that I have. That said, they don't give me all the information because they know that I share this live with my friends. I think it's on purpose. All right, so let's talk about Hostess coaching because that's the next question that came through. Hi, are we going to get anything in regards to Hostess coaching? I swear it's like my friends have seen the to-do list over at the Team Amy, what we're currently working on. We recognize the value in Hostess coaching, and that is also on our to-do list. Now, if you've been with us for a bit of time, when I say a bit of time, whether it be a few weeks, few months, few years, the Team Amy to-do list is almost as long as my honey-do list at home, right? It's super long, but we also definitely have Hostess coaching as one of the options. If you haven't noticed, we've been working very diligently on the team follow-ups. So if you have not already gone through and listed, if you have any downline, if you've not gone in and listed your downline as a team member in level 1, okay, If you list them as team member in level 1, you will get periodic reminders to connect with them, with your level 1 individuals. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you needed to bring them on. If you have a pay plan that maybe has the ability to have individuals come up and be underneath you at leadership levels, so forth and so on, list your level 1s as those you want to genuinely work with. Just because you brought somebody on, they may be a hobbyist or only purchasing for themselves. That's fairly common in the direct sales industry. But if you list them as a level 1, it means that you're going to want to connect with them, find out their goals, see where they're at in the terms of the month, and just generally connect and cheer them on. So that's an example of something that we have been working on. Stephanie says, yay, hostess coaching. So I have a sneaking suspicion that hostess coaching, here's my handwriting, it is not great. But anyway, sneaking suspicion that hostess coaching will follow that. It may not be the case. Again, they don't tell me everything. And I'm okay with that, right? So hostess coaching, I believe, is on the docket. I don't have dates or times, but I can tell you it's coming. This has been a good question, or this was a good question. It says, how do I enter multiple of my products so I know how many are left? So when I read that, it says, and again, here's my handwriting. When I read that, I took that to mean inventory stuff. And that might not be correct, and my apologies. I didn't want to jump back and forth between screens to be able to read. That's why I put them on my sticky notes. So enter multiple of my products so you know how many are left. You can certainly utilize that as some sort of an inventory type situation. Like take a different picture take a picture of all the ones that you have left, and then when someone claims it, pull that particular my product item off. You can certainly use that. I want to make sure that it works for you, so test and try that. I will say that, as I mentioned earlier when we were talking about payments, I did mention that I know Square has an inventory situation. So I'm not sure if you're utilizing that or aware of it, but again, dramatic pause because I don't have full answers, but I like the idea, and I'd actually like to kind of ask how you're can we enter multiple products? The other question behind the I believe that this was just how many left. This was an inventory question. We recognize inventory is a thing. It's not as closely on the docket as, for example, hostess stuff or payment type situations. So this question comes up every time I say, who has questions, right? How do I search for my keyword product? Is there a way to search the notes section? So there is some very technical reasons why we have not had the ability to search why you haven't had the ability to search what products have been, or who bought what product, for example. If someone bought the pineapple sunglasses that we've all seen in the Pineapple Store that I've shared here, and I wanted to know how many people bought those because maybe we came out with a sunglasses case as an example, we don't currently have the ability to do that, and it's for a very technical reason that I admit I somewhat understand, but only because I had a long talk about it with some of our engineering individuals. That said, we recognize that searching the notes section would be tremendously helpful, and we also recognize if you were to search, we want to be able to build that in the long run, but there's some real technical challenges behind that, which is why it's not currently there. Not to say it's not off our mind, but it's not currently there. So there was a question about the social shop. And so my response here, which you probably can't read my handwriting and I'm okay with it, it says stay tuned. So social shop, stay tuned. I'm actually going to be doing a real big deep dive on the social shop, and I'm going to be sharing it on our YouTube channel because I recognize about quarterly I do a training here, and it's about time for that. And I thought, instead of just doing that training here in our fantastic community, why not share it on YouTube so you can share it out to your teams and your team pages, so your teams can recognize the value of personal branding, okay, and also being sort of like a concierge for your customers and creating whether it be looks or product like bundles and creations, and highlighting upselling products. So if you have a buy 3 get 1 free type of situation, you can always tag 4 items, or if you have a buy 5 get 1 free item, you can also tag 6 items, so that way people can see how they could group things together. I'm scrolling to see if there's questions. Ida would love hostess coaching. Can Square Store link with Amy if we have inventory? Not at this time, Charlotte. It's something we recognize there would be value to. Dramatic pause. So Social Shop, I will be providing some in-depth training and coaching, and we'll have a good conversation, and I will be sure to share that in this group as soon as it's available. Add a photo to text and email. Oh, I was going to share my phone with this one. There is a way. There's a fancy hack that one of our users shared with us. I'm going to see if I can, I'm going to share with you holding my phone to my screen. That was not my intention, so my apologies for that. So I have an iPhone. This is a photo I can share. So if you go to the photo, I'm going to change my screen so I can see this. Thank you for your patience. And I'm doing okay, guys, on time. So here's a photo, okay? Here's a photo. I have an iPhone. In this little bottom section, if I click right there, I have the ability to copy right here. So I'm going to copy it. When you copy it, there's my little photo. It's sitting on your clipboard, okay? It's like magic, just hanging out. So now I'm actually going to go ahead and go to Dash, and I'm going to reach out to Dash, okay? So I'm going to hit text, and I'm going to pop that text open. When I do that, it populates the verbiage, and then I'm going to hit paste. And when you hit paste, it includes, there's the note, there's the photo. How cool is that? It's exciting. My Android friends, can you experiment for me? And let me know if this works for you as well. So this is how you can include it. Otherwise, if you don't have, and then when you send it, it just sends it, with the photo. There we go. And I just sent that, and then it logs that I sent a message to Dash as an example. So copy your photo and then go and hit paste in the message. I hope that's helpful, because that was a question, and I love that hack. I believe it works the same for email. Okay, so how do I add a photo to text and email? I hope I explained that. Ta-da! And then lastly, so this is an example. This is for a friend named Debbie. She had a question. Her company is partnered with the Sell with Amy app, and I'm not going to list her company name because. So her company is partnered with our app, and their home office team is very generous. So she synced with her company, and then when she went into the app, it said she has a trial of 85 days. Her company partnered with the Sell with Amy app, and they saw such value in what it could do for their stylists, that their company wanted to offer an extended trial, so that way each individual could utilize the app and help grow their businesses on them. So there is I told her if I answered this, it would make people very jealous. So they have extended trials beyond the 30 days. For all friends that don't currently have a company with a partnership that has an extended trial, you still have 30 days to try Amy Pro. Amy Pro is truly for those who are genuinely looking to grow, expand, or work their businesses. We have Amy Starter. Amy Starter is totally free. Amy Starter is intended for our friends who are just getting started with their businesses. If they're just getting started, or if they truly buy for themselves, or like maybe a hobbyist, they might work one season or so. Starter may not be for somebody who's just working it seasonally, especially going into the busy season, because the goal with Amy is to be able to to connect with those who have purchased over the course of the next few months after they've made a purchase, right? So Amy Starter allows you 10 follow-ups a month per calendar month, and then after those 10, you can see that the work needs to be done, but you can't reach out. You don't have access to templates and things like that because you don't need it because you're in Starter. If you're making some money with your business, the goal is we kept the pricing on Sell with Amy relatively low, costs of 2 cups of coffee, right? sometimes the cost of 1 cup of coffee if you are the Trent Starbucks fan. But the goal the goal is to be able to have Amy be super affordable and a business write-off for your business. And so if you're making some money with your company and you want to be able to make more money, we've found that individuals who are on the Pro plan make on average 35% more in commissions, and that's been with one of our partnered companies, so we were able to see that information. It's been tremendously valuable. So if you're looking to grow your business and you're not on the Pro plan, why not, right? So I want to let you know, oh good, I have some questions here. Okay, I'm gonna finish really quickly. So starter plan allows, there's always gonna be a free plan, and that starter plan is our free plan. The Pro plan is $7.99 a month. There is also an annual option, and so I'll drop the link for the annual to subscribe for the annual subscription. It saves 20% off. It's $77 US for the year. For our friends in the UK and Australia, New Zealand, etc., it's $10.99 in your currency, I believe. So there is that as well. So Kim says, if we order multiple of an item as an inventory order, isn't each item added to your timeline multiple times so we can share or move the item to? Yes. So to the customers as they buy your inventory. So the answer is yes, Kim. You can actually swipe on that order and move it over to the customer. The other option is to manually log that purchase. And the reason for that is because if you manually log the purchase, it'll actually list the date that individual purchases that item. So yes, you can swipe it over, but then if you do that, it's going to go back to when you bought it from your company. It won't tie it to the date that your customer bought it from you. I hope that makes sense. And then I have an article associated with that, so I'll tie that back. Will there be a way soon to have customers create their own wish list or a link to do so? Charlotte, this is dependent. I like that question. I will actually share that with our team. Also, if you have suggestions like that, please, we have an email address for that, and that is ideabox, IDEABOX, at ami.co. So I will be sure that if you can send that there, and then I will also be sure to share. Kim says, Android, you just add the photo to the text after the template is put in the text. That's great to hear. So that works. It sounds like Android is easy. Yep. There's a paperclip. Android has some features. She does it all the time. That's awesome, Charlotte. I love it. So Kim, Sarah's replying to Kim saying, are you saying that you delete the order and add it to the customer in person order if you click on the product and pick a customer to add it to? So I will share the group, splitting a group order help article in the comments below, and then I'll also list manually adding an order, because if you're going based on if you bought a number of items today for an event that you're having in December, and then you swipe that from today over, they're going to think your customer purchased it today instead of in December. So I would actually manually log the purchase based on when they made it or when they purchased it itself. I hope that answers your question. So that said, we are at the end of our time. That does not necessarily mean that we're done answering questions. I'm more than happy to answer any additional questions you may have. Please feel free to drop some questions in the comments, and we'll be sure to monitor. We're here in the community. Be sure to monitor them. We also are sharing these to YouTube, so if you don't have friends that are in this particular group but see some value with this particular video, please send them over to our YouTube channel, which can be found at Sell with Amy, and subscribe or have friends subscribe there. We will be updating that. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some really cool trainings over there and some fun like deep dives on stuff. So I'd love to see you over there. Thanks so much for joining me today, friends, and I look forward to seeing you next Thursday. Look, guys, it's like the Hungry Caterpillar, and now I have like a gumdrop. All right, bye, friends. Thank you. Like I said, if you're enjoying it, please feel free to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Bye, guys.